Team Warlock, Team Warlock,
Yes,
Team Warlock.
that's
Go
what.
Team Warlock.
Trifecta. Don't look it up.
All right, I turned respawn way down. I should probably turn you back to a normal volume
Only
now that I'm not hearing
17%?
myself.
That seems kind of low.
I can't even hear him.
Yeah,
Is he
I
talking?
He's looking very plaid. I cannot
He
pull up the
is.
plaid.
I turned him down to
I have
20% last week because of the feedback
boots
from the
of
car.
Kamehameha
Oh,
on,
yeah.
and the plaid does not bode well.
Respawn,
with
can you hear
Kamehameha
me?
boots. See? Does not
He,
take the plaid.
he
very literally.
probably has the Discord muted.
Maybe it's just the skin.
Brilliant.
If I swap the skin.
While we wait
No,
for him to
that's
figure that
the
out, shall I just
one
roll
with
the
the one you don't
titles
have.
and get
Okay,
going?
now that one does work. I
Absolutely.
just don't own that one.
Good
That
times.
one does have potential.
Yep.
But it doesn't has it. So can't do that one.
Welcome to Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast. Dedicated in bringing you all the latest information, news, and opinions. This is the best show for new and veteran Guardians alike, where we share tips, tricks, and tools to help you succeed and enjoy playing even more. So with all that said, let me hand you over to your hosts, the Triumph Hunting Titan Night Demon, the pink-panted pansy Peroty, and your Hunter Master Ranger, Mr. No One Respawns in Real Life!
Oh wait, Peroty's talking? Oh, this
Uh-oh. They're talking.
For some reason.
We started the show about 3 hours ago.
The Discord.
I'm not muted.
You are muted. You've muted us.
Yep.
We're all muted.
Okay.
I was very confused because I jumped on this morning and was like, I never did go and finish any of the prismatic stuff with my Warlock at all.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know if I did some or any of these missions. So I was like, let me just go start this home part 1 with the Warlock and just see if I get a reward. And sure enough, it's like, hey, here's some strand. I'm like, okay, so I did none of this with the Warlock before. and then Respawn joined me as a Warlock. So now we're just Warlock buddies, Warlocking through the Pale Heart.
Nuh-uh.
But the big question is, can he hear both of us? Are we both live? Brilliant.
I can hear you, yeah.
So we can officially start the show. So welcome to the show. I am Night Demon. Respawn sounds like he's back at home. And Peroty is always home, like me, because we don't travel. We kind of live in the basement. That's it.
The closed door is a happy door.
Yes.
So we're all going to go play Trials, right? And just sit there until we manage to get 7 wins and then get our extra adept loot of Aisha's Care this week?
Absolutely.
Doesn't Aisha's Care the hand cannon?
No.
Nope.
Pulse rifle. The green one.
Oh.
Yeah. The nice one.
Do we want that one?
The nice one?
We do like that one.
The pretty one.
Nice one.
I want to get that one.
The one, but do you have an adept one? And do you have good rolls of the adept one? Because Bungie is both handing out adept rolls and they're handing out bonus rolls because the extra loot, they're like, whoopsie, that's also resulting in a bunch of extra trial loot. So you can just have all the rolls. Really? All the rolls all the time.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
What are we doing a show then? We should be playing Trials.
I mean, if y'all want to submit yourselves to that kind of travesty.
We do. We do. Every time.
What? Is there nothing that Bungie has to offer that you'd rather do Trials instead?
No, I like Trials. I've explained to you this before. I like Trials. I really do like Trials. It's a bit like Iron Banner because it only comes around at the weekend. You know, it's one of those things that it's quite exciting to go and play and go and get the weapons. But because I'm busy at the weekends with family and work, and then you guys, because you guys take up a lot of time, we can't go and play it.
Yeah, I would like if we could just have like a Tuesday, Wednesday trial sometimes. Like if we could just rotate trials through the week. Because I'm kind of with you. Like I would love to sit and just sort of like no life trials on a weekend, especially with you don't have to be good, you just have to be persistent. And I'm good at being persistent.
Me too.
Persistent I can do.
Persistence is one of my middle names.
Yeah, good in a short amount of time? No. But like persistent overtime? Oh yeah. Yeah. You've heard of damage overtime? This is persistence overtime. That I can do. That's not a problem. But yeah, like on the weekend, it's like, well, I don't necessarily, I might have like, an hour here, an hour there, 45 minutes here, there, but I don't have hey, I've got 2 or 3 hours after work one evening just to sit and do this and nothing else. So if we could just put that, during a weeknight sometime, nobody would be mad. Nobody.
No. Well, I've said before, haven't I? I said, we have the Iron Banner for the week. Why don't we have a Trials week? let's just throw it out there. Maybe bring back Crimson doubles while we're at it. Yeah, instead of just calling it 2v2 clash with extra modifiers, maybe. Just you know, it gives people something to look forward to, Bungie. Throw a couple of rewards in there that are kind of heartfelt, and
Heartfelt.
it makes
I see what you did there.
it makes it feel like we've got something to look forward to. The revelry, where has that gone? All the flowers and all the lovely pageantry that we
What's
had.
revelry?
Exactly. What is the revelry? Revelry?
What revelry? We want wounds.
Yeah.
Is it we waited till we want wounds?
It was one of those events. It was like
Probably.
it was one of the events that we kind of had, I think, in the first year or 2 years of Destiny 2, where it came up, and it was all kind of all I remember is that you could get the Arbalist from it, and it was flower themed, and it was kind of go and do team of 3 or team of 6, go and defeat these bosses over and over again, and it was all flowery. And then we had Crimson Days, which was the Valentine's kind of thing, and they've slowly been taken out of the game. So yeah, it's sad, because if they came up every year, or maybe not even every year, just every now and then,
we could we could totally do a year on, year off. Like honestly, since we're not updating these events anyway, just host them every other year, and then it'll be like something new. It'll be like, hey, it's been 2 years since this has been up. At least it'll be something new and interesting. Versus going, yep, it's back. It's the exact same thing it's been the last 6 years. It's still going to be buggy. It's still going to be weird. But at least it's new. At least it's different.
Totally. So have you guys had a good week in the Destiny universe? We've not been playing
Actually,
Monster Hunter,
yes.
have we?
No, I've been too poor to buy it, and everybody else is playing it, so don't bring that up. It's a sore spot.
Oh. You could always buy the poor man's version and upgrade later.
I can't even afford the poor man's version right now.
Oh,
dude.
bless you.
I know.
I know where you're coming from. I'm in the same kind of boat. I still can't afford the rest of my Stormtroopers, so I'm stuck playing the Titan.
The same boat.
It's the same thing.
It's the same boat about not being able to buy pretty things you want.
I guess that's fair. But yeah, no, I actually have been playing quite a bit of Destiny, and I actually jumped on the other 2 characters this week to do Pinnacles for the first time in like 5 seasons.
Forever, yeah.
In 1,000 years.
I looked at my Titan and my Warlock. Bro, I had no of the extra what do they call those? The aspects and fragments. None.
Yeah.
I came in with 500,000 glimmer, spent all of that buying them, had to go back, get more glimmer, come back, buy more. I'm like, good lord, I'm so far behind.
Yeah.
Don't have strand, don't have prismatic.
Yep. So Bungie, if you want to make some money, because I came to the same, realization as I'm going, looking at all these super great Warlock builds people are putting together. Oh, grab this and put this and run this super. I too am realizing, yeah, I never went and did all of the prismatic collecting. Like I did the campaign with the Warlock. Like he's aware that prismatic exists. That's it.
Well,
he doesn't have anything else.
With the builds, there's I saved it. I'll put it in the show notes. The builds that I've been using that have been really, really good are just straight arc.
We see, it's not so much the builds, it's just wanting to have it available to me. So if and when there is something, or different I want to use, I can. Bungie, I don't want to pay you, money for 10 seasonal ranks. I want to pay you money to unlock the rest of my classes, all my characters. Could I just hand you $20 and you unlock the rest of my supers? Could I hand you $5 and you just unlock the rest of my aspect fragments, or what, whatever it is? I would happily do that. I would so happily do that versus replaying the same missions I played months ago and hoping that everything is still as it was months ago and you haven't changed anything or broken anything, and I'll actually be able to unlock all these things. Because I'm doing this, I'm replaying these missions going, this is where they came from originally. Let's hope that's still the case. I am not confident that is the case, and I'm not confident that I won't get to the end of a mission and go, well, you should be getting this, but no, we broke that and no one's run that in months, so congratulations, you've just figured it out. Money, Bungie, just let me pay you money to unlock the things that I've already unlocked. That's it. That's all I want.
But yeah, so like for the Titan, your guys' build when you can actually sit down and pop a barricade and shoot things is actually incredibly good at DPS. I was like, this is not even funny. This is ridiculous. Nobody else can match this, even close, right? But at the same time, like, I admittedly can't play your class very well, right? But
Yeah.
You just run forward and punch things. What's so hard about it?
I mean, you say that, but like even when you're sitting there punching things, especially in the Nether,
I'm not the one who
things
says
are
that,
just
but
wrecking you. So the ad
Mhm.
clear portion of it isn't really phenomenal. Like if I can sit down, place a barricade,
no, the ad clear portion of it, you just need to spec into it properly. You can absolutely
Right.
punch things and throw a grenade and have everything jolted. The ad clear, you can build into it in very fun and easy ways.
okay, yeah, I'm just not doing it right.
No,
And I just
you're
kept
not.
dying as the Titan, man. It's just like, this is crazy. But the Warlock, though, is super easy to just jump into and start playing, dude. Just Kamehamehas every, like, 10 seconds or something, man. It's nutty.
With your entire fire team of you.
Yeah. I don't even have any arc buddies. I just, like, the Geomax stabilizers, this fusion rifle, what's it called? The Delicate Tomb, and then the Kamehameha on just regular arc. Nothing fancy. Just gives you the Kamehameha every couple of minutes. And I was like, this seems like it's doing more damage than usual. And somebody said it was buffed like not too long ago, but they don't know how it was buffed. But it certainly feels like it's doing way more damage than it did last time I played this. So good stuff, man. Really good stuff for the Warlocks. It's way easier to do than the Titans. Not as much DPS, but easier to just jump into without experience.
Yeah, drop rift, summon buddies, murder things. Yeah, that's part of why I'm going back. Part of it is just
Like I said, you don't even need the buddies though. I have no buddies in this build, dude. None.
Well, you can be antisocial, or you can be social with buddies, and buddies are fun. You don't need them, but I mean, it just makes you giggle to be like, I can launch a flaming turret at you. I can launch the giant ice turret with its blockade of ice at you, and just sit back. It's as close to being a necromancer in Destiny as you can get.
Well, I have the arc turret. It's not the arc buddy, but I do have the arc turret.
They're all
that
buddies.
pops up. Okay.
They're all buddies.
Well, then I have that buddy.
They're all buddies, whether they're buddy formed or turret formed. They're all buddies. They're all friends. They're all just here to help you out. They would absolutely lend you $5 if you needed it.
Right.
Yeah. So Demon, I've been actually trying to play the activity, and then it told me I had to make potions, and I said no. So then I went and scavenged dead bodies of Cabal through the Nether.
Yeah.
And then I went to the moon and murdered people. And now I presumably I've done good things, and they're all proud of me. And sat through Ziva Arath monologue for like 45 minutes, and then didn't even get to fight the giant knight guy who they were monologuing through. So that's a little disappointing.
Oh.
But here we are, catching up on our story,
On the
playing some game, getting some pinnacles, being like, look, we're doing things.
Yep, that's all I'm here for is pinnacles. And then I go back to my hunter. I get yelled at by a Hurricane Project who happened to have jumped online when I was on the Titan. He's all like, Traitor! I can't believe it! You were a Titan man all along! Yeah! Like, bruh, I'm just getting pinnacles, relax.
But that's where all the good luck is. Let's be honest here. You only get your good exotics from the Titan.
Historically,
that's his job.
The Warlock is where I've gotten all my exotics in the dungeons and the raids and whatnot. For me
too. My Titan doesn't use his hands and refuses to clamor and falls to his death, and also doesn't believe in getting the good rewards. That's just the Warlock. That's the Warlock's job.
They're smart enough to open the lock on the chest.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is the latch right here. You have to turn this. It's like a deadbolt. And the Titans and the Hunters are like, oh,
counterclockwise.
Oh, speaking of clocks, I just want to put it out there to make sure everybody's aware.
Oh no!
Next Sunday, your clocks, not mine. Your clocks go forward 1 hour, so that will upset the daily and weekly resets.
Can't we sort this out by now? Why are we still doing this?
Because the Earth's rotation is a problem. Take it up with the Earth.
No, the Earth's rotation is fine. Whoever came up with the calendars a bajillion years ago couldn't count good or decided to use a number that was stupid, and now we're stuck with this. Can we?
Yeah,
can
Well, we don't have a
can we-
perfect 24-hour cycle. It's like 23 hours and like
let's
59
change it
minutes
up.
and blah 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 blah.
Who needs 24 whole hours? I can do
Plus,
more.
I
I can do
mean,
less.
why?
That's more time to play Destiny, right?
Why does February go to 28 days? I
Yeah.
know there are months with
Sometimes it's got
31.
29.
There are months with 31s. Just take away some of their ones and drop them down to 30 and
Mhm.
add them onto February. And then maybe every 4 years, if we need it, February 31st. Just throwing it out there.
Somebody who's smarter than me
Just for
can
fun.
tell us what
Just as a
calendar
treat.
actually has 13 months. There's it's not mine, but there's a calendar. It might be mine. There's a calendar out there that actually had 13 months that worked better than our 12-month calendar. I just
Oh,
don't
there's
remember
lots
what
of
it was.
calendars that work better because they're designed right.
Hmm.
That's what happens when you get smart European gents being like, we're going to design calendars. Wrong.
The clocks go forward in America land 1 hour next Sunday at about 1 o'clock in the morning. And then about 3 weeks later, we do it over here in the UK. I don't know about the rest of Europe, probably. So
Now that is weird. Like you're only 8 hours ahead. Why do you do it 3 weeks later? That is weird. You'd think everybody would do it at the same time.
8 hours ahead? Where are you getting 8 hours from?
Not what 5? Is it 5? 5, something like that.
at the moment, we're 5. You're 5.
Yeah.
5 hours behind. So not next week, but the week after when we record, we'll only be 4 hours apart.
What?
A
know.
little bit closer. You can almost
No,
reach out
no,
and
it spawned me like
almost
in a
reach out and touch
cave
fingertips.
way behind where we were.
I know.
almost.
And there was that one magical year where the clocks went forward and we were only 4 hours apart and we were able to play Iron Banner for like about a week. And we were able to play longer together. And then it has
Beautiful.
never kind of miraculously happened again. It's always like that 5 hour gap. And, there's only a short space of time that we can play together.
The calendar of Cthulhu does not have 13 months. The calendar of
No.
Cthulhu has 13 millennia.
So if we could just fix this whole calendar thing, I mean, that would be fine. Like I'd be good with that. Nobody would be mad about having a usable calendar. This calendar, is stupid.
Please though, if we're talking about fixing calendars, don't give the job to Bungie. Do not give the job to Bungie.
So don't put Bungie as the head of calendar adjustment.
Oh, no.
Calendars, rotations. They're like, listen, sometimes Monday is called Monday. Sometimes Monday is called Thursday. It just, it just depends.
Yeah.
Calendars are hard. They're tricky.
I mean, I was checking the rotations this week for make sure that I've got like keeping on top of these things. And I went to have a look. Well, because we've got the new dungeon, I thought, okay, so the new dungeons come into the rotation. So Vesper's Host was the dungeon only like a short space time ago, but that should enter the dungeon rotation to be one of the featured ones, which then knocks the others out of kilter because there was 4 and 4 on one, 4 on one side, 4 on the other, and they would pair them up. Same with what they do with the raids. So the raids haven't been affected, but the dungeons have. And the first week it was Shattered Throne and something else that it shouldn't have been. So I was like, oh, okay. So that confirms that Vesper's Host is now kind of in the rotation. So what they've done is added it to the bottom of one of the 4 stacks. So now it's kind of got to the week where it should be Vesper's Host and one of the other dungeons. And I went to check and the other dungeon is there. But you go and look on the planet for Vesper's Hosts and there's no icon that says I'm a featured dungeon. But if you hover over the planet, it says Vesper's Host is the featured dungeon. And I'm like, but you're not giving the pinnacle away. So that's not nice, is it? And I don't know if they've addressed it this week, but it's like, fine. Okay, then. I'll still keep you in the rotation that you were meant to be this week. But yeah.
You were meant to be there. You were meant to be there. And we all know that you know. So stop lying to us.
And the other thing that threw me off last week was when I was checking, randomly go and check to make sure that everything's still kind of ticking along in the same order. And the nightmare hunts on the moon, I was like, okay, yeah, we've got that one, and that one. There's normally only 3. And then I was like, where's that 4th one come from? Why is that there? Why have we now got 4 in a week? And I thought, okay, I'll write it down just in case. And then this week, the same nightmare hunt came up. It was Pride. And it wasn't until I had to do the exotic mission I realized why Pride has suddenly shown up on the director for people to do, and it's probably going to be there constantly. So until they take the Barrow-Dyads out of the game and put it in the kiosk kind of thing. So yeah, prides should be around all the time.
Well, Bungie is aware that they whoopsied with the Vesper's host. They're like, listen, we're not going to give you raid mementos. We're not going to give you a featured dungeon, and we're just going to guess on rotations. That's just what 2025 brings you.
Yeah. But the other thing that confused me, I was watching the guide from Datto over the Barrow-Dyad because I was like, right, I need to catch up and get that done this week because I'm so far behind with everything. And I followed the guide and I was like doing the lost sector part where you go and stand on the things and go through the lost sectors. There's about 2 or 3 lost sectors you have to go through standing on a little stone and look at a stone, and then it teleports you and then it gives you taken to fight. So I did that bit. And then he said the next bit is go to the moon, fight in the specific altars of sorrow, and you only have to do a short thing. You pick this blight ball up and you shoot people with it. You then go to the pride mission on the moon, and again you get to the end, there's a little blight ball and you shoot enemies with it. And then there was another mission also. But I did those and there was no blight ball. And I'm like, this is really strange. Check the quest log for it. And I was like, it doesn't even tell me that I need to do that. Why is it telling Datto that he needed to do that and I don't need to do that? I haven't done it already. It was just telling me go to the Dreadnought and go and worship these statues, summon an enemy and then shoot the enemy. And that's it. I had to do that 3 times and then that charged something up. So I was like, okay. I'll do that then. I'll just skip a section, even though I've played the Pride mission and found that I didn't need to do anything. So I was like, okay, fine. We'll do that then. Did that happen to you guys? Or did you guys do it that first week where you had to?
I did it the first week. I haven't done it since.
Some of us haven't started it because they're like, do I need a weird SMG that everyone says is meh? Yeah, at some point, but do I need it right now? No. I'll get around to doing it, but no, I honestly haven't. I've just been doing like just the regular story mission stuff, and I haven't even started that mission, the Barrow-Dyad stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'll get around to it, but it's just, again, not a weapon I'm excited about, and where am I going to put it anyway? It's just going in the vault with all the other weapons.
Well, no, it gets deleted and put in the collection part of the exotics for me. That's
there
it.
you go. Even better.
Yeah.
Oh, Night Demon, you might
Yes.
be, well, I don't know if you'll be proud of me. Somebody will be proud of me. I actually took the time to go through my vault, right? And not only did I, because before I had just like the 1 copy of every weapon, right? Until the season came up, and then I had a bunch of rolls that I didn't know what would be the god roll. So I got rid of all those except the rolls that we want, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I even went in and I went in like every like subcategory. All right, so here's all of my like 720 kinetics. Okay, of all these 720 kinetics, regardless of what weapon it is, what's the best roll out of all these? So I deleted all those. Long story short, I managed to clear about 120 slots out of my vault.
Nice.
And I put in another 80 or so.
Yeah, that's what it's there for.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's there for.
So my vault's back up to like 690, but I don't have any weapons on any of my characters except for the ones that I'm currently equipped. So that space has been opened up, plus 10 in my vault, give or take.
And now you'll be able to get the new armor because you're going to delete all your old armor. You come June or July, and then get a whole bunch of new armor because all the old armor is garbage. You don't need it anymore.
Right. Super looking forward to that one. Let me tell you, yay!
Mm-hmm. I don't know how you wouldn't be.
Well, I mean, I have a list.
Yeah, I managed to fill up my postmaster with the Warlord Spears on Tuesday, just before reset. I was like, I need to get in there. I need to play some Iron Banner. I've not played Iron Banner, and yeah, I played till my eyes bled, which I was quite happy about because they sealed up after that, and Iron Banner went away.
Oh, Iron Banner, yeah.
Yeah, and they're just handing. I mean, the number of Criminal's daggers I ended up with that I'm not mad about because they were all 2015 and not 2010. Yeah, nice pinnacle Criminal's daggers, warlords spears. I'm like, maybe I'll use one of you, but basically you're there for me to infuse things into. That's why you exist. I got through my 18 games on the Warlock. I got through 12 or 13 with the Titan. And then I was like, I really should go run because then I just got into the reset reset my rank. So I went to the tower right about the time they turned the servers off. So I have a reset rank waiting for me in the tower, but I'm going to need to wait for him to come back. I was like, you told me I had like 8 more minutes before the servers go offline, but you pulled the plug early, Bungie. It was like, whatever 52. And I was like, no, you said this was going down at the top of the hour. Wrong. Pulled the plug early. So next time when he comes back, I'll be able to reset my rank.
I
the
did.
amount of loot that was
Can't
thrown
help
is-
but notice you didn't mention that you played on your hunter at all. Oh, that's death. Can't help but mention you didn't play on your hunter at all.
Do you think he remembers he's on a podcast?
I don't know.
I'm here.
Chat,
Can
he
you
is
not
not
hear me?
locked in. No, we can hear you. Talking to yourself is the problem.
Yeah.
No, I was talking to you because you said that you played on your Warlock. You did all your games on your Warlock. And then you played on your Titan. You did all your games on your Titan. I said, I can't help but notice you didn't say that you played all your games on your Hunter. I was talking to you.
Oh,
Chat.
sorry.
Peroty is not locked in. I don't think he realizes he's on a podcast.
No. See, the problem is you were using I'm reading this out of chat voice. That was your I'm reading this from the Twitch chat voice.
Yeah,
that's why I was confused because you were the you sometimes will read things sort of like this because you're playing a game and looking at chat at the same time, so it'll sort of have a certain cadence to it.
That's because I was banning a bot at that time. That's probably why I was distracted, but I was banning a bot.
I
was talking to you.
Well, that was just, well. Don't use your I'm looking at chat voice. Then that's where you went wrong. See, that's what happens. You use the chat voice, and I'm like, you're talking to chat. That's not us. So the Titan doesn't, or the Hunter doesn't even know that stasis exists. So he doesn't get out much.
Wow.
And also, there's just no reason to play. Again, Bungie, if I could just pay you to unlock the things I've already done once or twice, I don't want to do them a third time. I don't need to do them a third time. There's no reason to do them a third time. Let me just give you money for this privilege of doing this. That's all I want. Let me pay you to get this done. You want to make extra money? Here's how. Let me pay you in exchange for time. And then the people that have time can pay you in time. And I can pay you in money. And then just have it done. And then maybe we'll use the Hunter in Trials like everybody else. I'll put the super black shader on. I'll be just like one of their bros.
Yeah. So before we get too far deep into the rest of this show, I think I should drop in what I speculate could be possibly happening next week in Destiny. That's what I should change the title to.
You should. What's happening next week in Destiny, comma, we hope.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Possibly.
This is your weekly rundown of episode Heresy, week 5, starting on March 4th. This week sees the annual Moments of Triumph return, with a collection of 33 challenges celebrating everything you've been able to achieve in this past year. If you've been active, you'll likely already have some of these completed, which just gets you closer to the 26 you'll need to earn the 2024 seal and title. Along the way, you'll also have the chance to earn some event rewards, including the new Techno Protector shell for your Ghost, and the Flag Bearer Sparrow, plus access to purchase the 2024 Moments of Triumph shirt. Act 1 of episode Heresy continues, with more mysteries for the Guardians to unlock, whilst fighting back the Dread taken on Oryx's Dreadnought. The new 3-player activity, the Nether, is set within the Dreadnought patrol zones, where Guardians fight in random and varied encounters with different events and objectives every time. Inside the Nether, players will find unique modifiers and stackable buffs called boons that increase your power over time. These come in minor, major, and corrupted versions, and various pickups can be hidden in chests and earned throughout the Dreadnought. The Nether has 3 modes: the Nether Exploration for those solo types who want to just explore the Dreadnought, a match-made mode on baseline advanced difficulty, and a selectable non-match-made expert version. From Act 3 of episode Revenant, we have the new exotic mission Kel's Fall, where you can earn the new Void exotic shotgun Slayer's Fang, and new Prison of Elders challenge Kel's Vengeance, which can be found over in the Last City for 2 to 3 players. Act 2 of episode Revenant brought with it the Tomb of Elders, and Contest of Elders over in the Last City, which can be accessed after you complete the initial steps of Act 2. Also available for a weekly pinnacle is the Salvation's Edge raid, over in the Pale Heart, and new dungeon Sundered Doctrine, which can be found over on the Throne World, with the exotic linear fusion rifle Finality's Ager up for grabs, and a whole suite of new weapons and armour. Just make sure to visit Ikor over in the tower to pick up the quest Drowning Labyrinth to enter. Over in the Last City we have Onslaught Salvation, which can be accessed after you complete the initial steps of the opening act of Revenant. This new version of Onslaught brings with it new defences, 3 new maps and new enemies to fight, You can select from Widow's Court, Eventide Ruins, and Kel's Grave, either normal or expert. Also, the original Onslaught has been updated to include some of the new additions. Located in the Vanguard playlist, the featured Onslaught map this week will be Midtown, with the Field Razor Tormentor kicking off the boss rotation. In the last city on the Helm, the exotic mission Encore is still available, with 2 difficulty options, normal and expert. Also, from episode Echoes, we have the 3 new battleground activities, Delve, Conduit, and Core, with Enigma Protocol and Breach Executable. The expert battlegrounds will start this week's rotation with Delve. The Dreaming City this week is at a strong curse level, which means Petrovenge can be found in Ria Silvia and has the Dark Monastery mission for the next week. The Blindwell features Taken enemies and the Plague Oinamina. The Ascendant Challenge will be the Keep of Honed Edges over in the Harbinger Seclude. On the Moon, the weekly story mission is in the Deep. The Trove Guardian is located in the Hellmouth, while the Wandering Nightmare is the Fallen Council in Archer's Line. Nightmare hunts Fogoth, Fear, Crota, Despair, and Fanatic Insanity. The Altars of Sorrow will start this week's rotation with the Nightmare of Fogoth and the Blasphemer Shotgun. On Europa this week, Praxis the Technocrat will be the Empire Hunt, Cadmus Ridge will be the Eclipse Zone, and the Exo Challenge will be Safeguard. Days of Eternity expert difficulty rounds are Hive, Vex, and Valister Arc. The Scatterhorn armor set and the Perfector's armor set will be available in Days of Eternity with Weapon Set 2, Scathelock, Extraordinary Rendition, Brass Attacks, Threaded Needle, Code Duello, Imperial Needle, Far Future, Honor's Edge, Distant Terminus, Interference 6, Shepherd's Watch, and Annual Skate. The Witch Queen Weekly Story mission is the Communion, Altar of Reflection's Choice, and Altar of Reflection's Pact. The Wellspring activity will start the week on attack, with the Kinetic Bow, Feltar Diddle, and Borgon Hive Knight as the boss. The Lightfall Weekly mission is First Contact, the Partition mission will be Hard Reset, and the Vex Incursion will be Liming Harbour. In the Pale Heart, the exotic mission Dual Destiny is still available for teams of 2 Guardians, where you can farm the mission to earn as many new prismatic exotic class items as you like. The Final Shakes Cooperative Focus campaign mission this week will be Ascent. The 12 Guardian Matchmade Excision mission is also available next to the race for a weekly pinnacle, with the Grandmaster version granting the Ergo Sun Catalyst and an Ascendant Shard. The Salvation Jade Raid Challenge this week is the second encounter, Dissipation, called At Capacity. The Root of Nightmares Raid Challenge this week is the second encounter, Scission, called Crossfire. The Kingsfall Raid Challenge this week is the fourth encounter, Daughters of Oryx, called Under Construction. The Vault of Glass Challenge this week is the fifth encounter, Atheon, called Ensembler's Refrain. The Deep Zone Crypt Challenge this week is the fourth encounter, Tanix, called The Core 4. And the Garden of Salvation Challenge this week is the first encounter, Embrace, called To the Top. Featured Pinnacle Raid 1 will be Val the Disciple over on the Throne World, and Featured Pinnacle Raid 2 will be The Last Wish over on the Dreaming City, with all challenges available for all encounters, with the Exotic Pulse Rifle Collective Obligation being farmable from the final boss in Val, and the Exotic Fusion Rifle 1000 Voices from The Last Wish. And because we've had another dungeon added to this episode, it's altered the rotation. Featured Pinnacle Dungeon 1 should be Duality over on the Derelict Leviathan on the Moon, and Featured Pinnacle Dungeon 2 should be the Shattered Throne over on the Dreaming City. The exotic mission rotator will be Pressage, with the Dead Man's Tale Exotic Scout Rifle being the main reward, the Season the Haunted, and Opulent Weapon sets, plus the Idolian Procurant Armor set. The exotic missions, the Whisper and 0 Hour will also be available in the Legends tab. This week's challenges are Heretical Arsenal, Beat Back the Nether, Boss Battle, In the Zone, Energy Disruption, and Unnamed Entry Auto Rifles. Lost Sectors, Tuesday the Blooming Deep in the Pale Heart, Wednesday Bunker E15 on Europa, Thursday Perdition on Europa, Friday Vel's Labyrinth on the Cosmodrome, Saturday Exodus Skarn 2A on the Cosmodrome, Sunday Aphelios Rest on the Dreaming City, and Monday Chambers Starlight on the Dreaming City. The Grandmaster Nightfalls continued this week with our 5th featured Nightfall seeing us face off against Darkblade Kelgoth in the High Spot Counts Mars, with a new Void Sidearm Lotus Eater as the featured adept weapon. The 6v6 playlist will be Control. The 6v6 quick play mode should be Mayhem. 2v2 Clash returns in the small team quick play. Zone Control or Relic should also be available. And Trials of Osiris returns at the weekend, with our first chance to earn the new solo aggressive frame sniper Keen Thistle in its adept form. This week we'll also see bonus Vanguard ranks and double Nightfall drops available all week long. And as a reminder, Destiny 2's daily and weekly reset times will change on Sunday, March 9th, when the clocks go forward 1 hour for daylight savings time. Still available is the Destiny 10th anniversary in-game celebration event, and don't forget to keep an eye on Zer this Friday at Reset to see if he's offering another chance to grab a random rolled exotic class item for 41 strange coins. And that's it for the 5th week of the Final Shape episode Heresy. Well, we can say for sure that some of those things happened, or going to happen, because Bungie did tell us about them in the TWAB this week.
Ooh, did they though?
They did. They said this is going to happen, and this is going to happen tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, you might have led with that last week in the TWAB. A bit like the daylight savings time thing, because I know next week they'll go, oh, by the way, daylight savings time. So that's why I thought I'd get ahead, because I remembered it's coming up. But
You remember.
I did remember. I
Yeah.
like to remember and tell people these things.
Yeah, because
And then Bungie says, nope, you're wrong.
Bungie's like, we're just not going to change it though.
Yeah, right.
Because I'm sure when they do change the times, the clocks go forward, but then Bungie goes, hang on a minute, no, we don't like that change. We're going to then put it back even further or put it forward for our reset time. They did that one year, and I think the reset it goes from 5 o'clock now in the UK to 6 o'clock because you put the clocks. But then they also then go, no, we don't like that, and then they put it forward an extra hour internally. So I think at one point it went to 7 o'clock. I could be wrong. So
Time zones are stupid.
I think last year they left it as is, so it just moves from 5 to 6 for us anyway. So hopefully that shouldn't be an issue, because I like it like that. Things that we do know that are going to happen. There is going to be another live stream this upcoming Tuesday at Reset. So you can join the Bungie team as we do every time, because I can't wait. Tuesday, March 4th at 10 a.m. PT, they'll be giving us an in-depth look at Heresy Act 2. The dev team will be taking you through the new activity, gear, and rewards that you can look forward to in Act 2 that launches on March 11th, so the week after. That's really cool. And then they'll also have a small preview of Act 3, which then comes 2 weeks after that. So just what they said. It's going to be, you're going to have acts, but you don't know how long these acts are going to be. So we're going to have 2 weeks for Act 2, which says to me that we're not going to get too many kind of activities jammed into like a 2-week period. So maybe the activity that's coming with Act 2 is going to be the one that sticks around for Act 3. Possibly, maybe. If you do watch on Twitch, there is, for 15 minutes, there is an emblem, portable power emblem. There you go. You've got to link your account on March 4th, the official Bungie page and Twitch and all that good jazz. And then you can get another emblem.
You can see what version of the Nether you're going to be running over and over again. I would say exotic mission, but we just got our new exotic, so I'm assuming we're not going to get another new exotic.
The Nether actually isn't so bad.
In the last act, possibly.
Yeah, something to hold us over from then till June.
Yes, indeed. And then, this coming Tuesday, get ready for it, Respawn. It's that time of year again, where we all celebrate how amazing we've been for the last year.
What is it?
Because it's Moments of Triumph 2024.
Is a thing that's
I heard.
To happen.
I heard. I don't know if it's true or
He's
not, but I've heard we're getting the Taken shader as an actual shader. I don't know how true that is.
Well, I've read the TWAB back to front this week.
Oh,
they don't mention it.
Oh, damn.
But I also have heard those rumors.
That doesn't mean anything, though. Let's be honest.
No, yeah, let's be honest.
They could be waiting to tell us until next week or the week after. It might just show up and they're like, "Wow, it's here!" and they think we're all gonna be super excited, and some people will, and the rest of us will go, "Yep, we got this back again. That's cool."
Well, we've never had the Taken shader. Like when I say Taken shader, I mean the shader like when you're when you drink a tincture, how you're all shadowy, right?
Yep.
That as a shader permanently.
Yeah, you can do that if you have the Reverie Dawn armor sets for your characters, which are the Dream City ones.
Permanently. You still have to keep popping a tincture. It's not a permanent effect because as soon as you dip out of that space, then it's gone.
But then what gives? If they give us a shader, okay. People won't want to wear their Reverie Dawn anymore.
They don't want to wear it now.
They don't actually.
No,
Bungie beat me to it.
You know what? What would be nice? You know how you could get people A, excited about the event, and B, give people a reason to use the armor? Make it something cool for Armor 3.0. Give us a little taste. Give us a little treat. Give us a little sampling platter of what we're going to get.
Give me some armor.
But
you're not getting it now.
Give me some armor with some good rolls in this event, and then I'll care about it, and I'll keep it, and I'll play it. Or give me something to say, or give me a little token that says, hey, when it comes to, Armor 3.0, let me turn in my little tiny box of raisins or something into something really nice, like into some nice, actually good armor. So some actual good, spiky, high stat armor, some artifice armor, something that put some words around it where we can actually be confident it's going to be good when we receive it.
They can't do that.
No,
Because
no, 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 no.
they can't
They
even tell us.
won't do
They
that.
can't
You're
even
using the
tell
wrong
us.
words there. They won't do that.
No, they can't, because they can't even give us something that they guarantee will work out of the gate.
So again, it is that time of the year where we take a moment to reflect on past year's accomplishments and celebrate everything that we've done. So this year, the Guardians conquered exotic missions, dungeons, a raid, and even defeated the Witness in Excision. And this year, there's going to be 33 challenges. So last year, we had 30 challenges to do. This upcoming year, we've got 33. But you only still need 26 to earn the seal, title, and access to purchase the 2024 title pin. For 5 triumphs, you gain access to purchase the 2024 Moments of Triumph shirt. 14, you get the Techno Protector Ghost Shell. 21, you get the Flag Bearer Sparrow. And sometimes the good news is, because you've already done these things in the game recognizes you. Go, hey, you defeated the Witness. You spent 16 hours in that raid and you've done it. You don't need to go back again. And then sometimes the game goes, we saw you in there for 16 hours. How about let's make it 32? Because, yeah. Yep. So last year we had the shirt, the ghost, and the sparrow. But to give you an idea of roughly what it was, last year, because we had Root of Nightmares, Crota's End, Ghost of the Deep, and Warlord's Ruin as the raids and the dungeons, you had to go back through and complete those to unlock one of the challenges. And then Lightfall Legendary, you had to complete all the missions. So that'll be complete all the missions for the final shape this time around. I don't know what they'll do for the Paracausal Adventurer, because we've only had the one raid. So maybe they'll just do the one raid and you have to do the 2 dungeons. Or maybe they'll include something else in that. Action Hero, complete all heroic public events on Neomuna. That was last time. So this time it'll be in the Pale Heart. Cartographer, you have to complete all the lost sectors in Neomuna. Again, be the ones in the Pale Heart. Then you had to collect action figures from the
Neomuna.
Yeah, Neomuna. The action figures around Neomuna. So, yeah, I don't know what we had to collect. Was it ghosts? I'm guessing from the Pale Heart. Maybe if you've completed all of those, they've kind of retroactively done.
Worms. Oh no, right.
Yeah,
Right.
it was
No,
ghosts.
you said Pale Heart. I was thinking Nether or Dreadnought. Yeah. I keep thinking, will it be the Pale Heart or will it be the Dreadnought? But Dreadnought would have involved updating it. So yeah, it'll be the Pale Heart.
And they had one Terminal Treasures at the end of Terminal Overload activity. Open the so it was mainly for like doing the I'd say seasons, but now it's episodes. So they put in some things like you've had to have gone through and done like I can't remember the names of the missions now. Like the stuff that we do on the Pale Heart, the stuff that we kind of do for in the Last City that we've done for episode Echoes, Revenant, and now for Heresy. So there'll be individual ones of kind of for that. There was one for Take a Strand, so that was kind of inflict, unravel, sever, and suspend on your targets. So that'll probably be another one for Prismatic. Then you had to restore all the damaged memorials in the Hall of Heroes in Neomuna. Probably again there'll be something similar for doing the Pale Heart. And then separately you had complete Root of Nightmares, and then Crota's End, and Ghost of the Deep, and the Warlord's Ruin. So you also got rewards from that. I think you got the Regicide Emblem. Yeah, Regicide Emblem if you completed the Ghost of the Deep, Shattered Fortress if you completed the Warlord's Ruin, and the Illuminated Perils for doing Crota's End, and Terrors Uprooted for doing the Root of Nightmares. So you've got another emblem. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, and there was a lot of things kind of to do with making sure you've done the stuff in the seasons as the story kind of progressed. And if you've already done it, then it acknowledges you've done that. But then for some things, it went, no, we're not going to acknowledge that. You have to do it again. So maybe they've learned, maybe they haven't. So we'll see.
They won't.
We'll see. Because I did go and try and have a look in the database, and I don't know how. I go to light.gg, and if light.gg doesn't tell me, then I can't see. So I do apologise.
You don't need
Dude
to
said,
be
I went to
reading-
look in the database, but I actually went to a website, and that website didn't
Well, no,
tell me.
that's the way I know how to look in the database.
No one
I go
needs
to
to be,
light.gg.
yeah, no one needs to be reading JSON and trying to parse things together. It'll be fine. You can just be patient and they'll tell you.
No, but I like to tell people beforehand.
You do.
I do.
And they appreciate it.
Yeah.
They also don't want to wait. They want to know. They want to know all the things. But you can't.
I
know all
do
the
like the
things.
shirt this year, though.
The shirt is good. That's what I was going to say. Is the shirt worth buying? Now, Respawn, what's the quality of the dragon on this shirt? It is a dragon technically, but is it an approved dragon? I just like it because it's a lot of the designs I just haven't. It's just sort of like, let's mash together all the icons. And it's like, well, that's fine, but it sort of ends up looking just like we mashed together all the icons and like it's not really anything. This one is much
It's a pretty
cleaner.
common dragon. It's a royal dragon because it's got the 4 limbs plus the wings. So it's the best kind of dragon, but it's illustrated kind of meh. You know?
Yeah.
So I mean,
He's just a simple dragon. He's just a simple dragon going through his life being a dragon. I like this one much more than the ones they've had in the past years where it was just
what are they
so
called?
many-
It's the royal dragon from Temu.
No, it actually looks
Yeah.
like the George's dragon from like English myth. Yeah.
Oh,
St. George's.
true.
That's
Yeah,
that dragon.
I see
Yeah,
that now.
that's what I was thinking. That dragon would absolutely be on a banner that some guy carries into battle that gets murdered immediately because he has a banner.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's nice. It's simple. There's a patch and a pin. Which are we selling them as a kit, or are we selling those separately? Tune in to find out once they tell us.
It's Bungie.
yeah.
It's separate. It's always separate.
Yeah, you
And-
say that though, but the last thing, the charity thing they did was a whole bundle of stuff. But maybe.
Okay, then I stand correct. Sit corrected. There you go.
The shell, the Techno Protector Ghost Shell, and the Flag Bearer Sparrow look very Japanese inspired.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, very much a samurai. Now that is meant to be Iron Banner. You cannot tell me that is not meant to be an Iron Banner shell of some sort. Because I'm pretty sure I have that helmet.
Pretty sure that's exactly meant to be an Iron Banner shell, but it's just a standard samurai armor.
Yeah, like I've got that helmet, Bungie. I've got that butt cape. I am that ghost shell.
I'm looking at you right now, and you're none of those things. You're very plaid. If anything, I'd say you're Highlander-esque at this point.
Well, yeah, because the Warlock wears pajamas. Because the Titan doesn't have enough fabric to wear pajamas, which is very upsetting to me. If I could put the pajamas on the Titan, I would, but I cannot. The Flag Bearer Sparrow really needs to be. What was the vendor from D1 that was very royal? Everything had lions on it. That's exactly what that looks like. New Monarchy.
New Monarch.
Yeah.
That is 100% the New Monarchy Sparrow they had in a garage somewhere, and they were like, "We can bring this out. This will be good. This will be good for this event." So I'm not saying that these were left over from other events, but they sure have the look of them.
There's nothing really wrong with leftover. Like if they meant to bring something
No,
out
not
and
at
they
all.
didn't get a chance to use it, as long as it's good, I don't mind leftover.
Yeah.
I don't like reused, but leftover, if it's good, it's good. You know? Just,
Yeah, no, I agree. Like, yeah, I'm not saying oh, how dare you bring us things from other events? Just it's just fun that they're styled as very particular things that have nothing to do with the event they're for. But hey, someone somewhere will be trying to complete the look, and now they can.
It probably does have something to do with it. Maybe it's a Chinese New Year thing that we just don't understand what it's about. You know?
Maybe, but
I don't
Chinese New Year's over and done with.
Well,
That
I know
happened
that, but I'm
in
just
the new
saying,
year.
like, just there's probably a meaning there that we don't know. Like a lot of the words that they like to make up that turn out to be actual words. We're like, oh, that was a thing. It's probably just something we don't realize what it is yet. You know, but it is very Chinese themed, or at least not Chinese, Asian, definitely Asian, Japanese, something. I'm offending probably everybody over there at this point.
Yep.
As long as you're doing it all at once.
They're nice though. I dig them. Still not dragon-ish enough for me, but you know.
Hey,
I've
but
got
hey,
my dragon sparrow. I've got my dragon ship. I've got my
your dragon
my
armor.
five-headed dragon.
We don't talk about the dragon armor. We
No.
don't talk about the dragon armor, chat.
Because hunters don't have any dragon armor yet.
Nope.
And I
One day.
stand by what I said.
One day maybe they will.
Speaking of which, I jumped onto the Titan and the Warlock and tried to find the dragon armor for the past seasons. I was like, it's like I'm finally playing them. I want to look like a dragon. And I guess they went away because I can't
You
find them.
had to be there when.
I guess. I can still buy the gold dragon armor set for the Titan, but I can't really buy any dragon armor set for the Warlock. And I'm sad panda about that. I don't want it to be a dragon, man.
You have foed all the mo. Had to be there when.
I guess.
Had
That's
to
true.
shoot the loot when the loot was there to shoot.
Ooh, but I can be Cthulhu.
Can be. But hey, Trials is back yesterday. Trials wasn't up last week. Trials is here this week.
And people are happy about it.
They are.
So why are people happy about it? What are the what's the rules on the pulse that they want?
Well, they're happy because like Jaco7 in the Discord said, Trials is back. Yippee! Never mind. It's terrible.
I saw that.
I'm just sad.
Yeah,
and
but
bad.
then
Never mind. I'm good now. It's great.
Yeah.
Which really just encompasses the entire Destiny experience and Trials experience. You go from I am horrible, this game is terrible, why am I doing this, to I am amazing, I am a god, and all bend before me. Usually in the same 10 minutes.
Yeah. And I think you really should, if you can, get in there and grab an Aisha's Care pulse rifle, because it's been around for a couple of seasons, episodes, so it may be one of the ones that goes out with the rotation at the end of this episode, season, whatever we're calling it. And if you like these heavy burst pulse rifles, it's a good one, especially for PvP.
So let's see why. They have Keep Away on there, which is definitely a good PvP role. They have Head Seeker, but this is okay. So people see Head Seeker and they're like, yes, that. But it's a 2-round burst pulse rifle, so it's not going to ride up like other pulse rifles do. So it's kind of misleading, right? So Keep Away
up at all,
for sure,
and that's the point. It doesn't matter if it's actually good. I guess it only matters if you feel like you're a better player with it.
I think for PvP, you probably what Keep Away and Kill Clip, or Slice and Kill Clip, something like that. Or if you feel like priming your weapon under pressure, Kill Clip. Because the improved stability and accuracy as the magazine gets slower, and you pair that with Kill Clip. You can prime that. But I mean, other than that, I don't really see what the big hubbub is about, Demon. Well, like what are people chasing on this gun? I mean, it's okay. It's not you know.
Well, I mean, maybe they just like high impact pulses, and maybe they just want to go
high impact.
Or sorry, not high impact. The heavy burst. Maybe people just want to go to the lighthouse. Maybe people are finally saying, I can play this game mode and just be persistent. I got to 5 wins. I got to 6 wins, and I've never been able to get to 7. Now they can get to 7 by just hanging out, by just hanging in there and getting it done.
By the way, you've said that twice. I haven't looked into Trials because I hate it. So
and you don't listen to the show.
I wasn't here last week. Remember, I had all the audio.
We didn't go over it last week.
This was many weeks ago.
Many weeks ago.
I didn't listen to the show many weeks ago. I was having audio issues that week.
You just stop making excuses. Let's just say when Respawn's here and anybody else apart from Respawn is talking, Respawn is not listening. Let's just say that.
To be fair, even when I'm talking, I don't listen.
Yeah, Respawn doesn't even remember what Respawn said. So basically, they reworked Trials. There was a whole article about it, a couple of twabs about it.
I know they reworked it to make things easier, but like
you just have to show up. You can just get things and go to the lighthouse by getting 7 wins on your card.
Yep,
that's the TLDR.
So they don't take
not in a row
away at all ever now.
Nope.
You can just show up and participate. It's Iron Banner with a lighthouse.
So did they take away the rings? What do they call them? The passages?
That was a long time. They took the rings away a long time ago. Passages are just 2 now. That's it.
Passages are just your ticket to get you into the carnival.
What the hell? Because I went there last week to see if I had any things to focus, and I still saw the rings.
By rings, do you mean the things you can rank up with Saint 14?
Yeah, I thought those were the passages.
No, the passages are the tickets you buy to get into the event. Save 14 is going to have a reward track like every other vendor.
No, it's not the reward track. It's at the very bottom. It's
I'm
like
worried
the mercy and the this and that and the other. I worry about me too.
Those are the
My
passages.
brain is broken.
Those are the
Yeah,
passages.
yeah, it wasn't passages. Yeah,
Yeah.
I still had like 5 or 6 down there when I went there this week.
The passages may still be there, but they don't work the same way. I haven't gone and looked since they
Oh,
brought it back.
okay. Well, that's why I was asking, like, if they went away or something. Because, like,
No.
if you can just go to the lighthouse just by getting 7 wins, then kind of what's the point of the passages at this juncture?
Well, they do different things and give you different amounts of loot. That's what the passages are for.
If you're a god, you pick
Yeah.
up one of them, and it just rains loot on you. If you are like us, you pick up the lighthouse one, and it doesn't matter how many times you get beaten, as long as you get the 7 wins, you get to go to the lighthouse and even get adepts and even get lighthouse stuff. That's how it works now. You were excited when I told you about it last time. So there was a glimmer. There was a glimmer of hope. That hope went. It's gone.
It's just because I forgot about it.
Yep. But yes, that's all changed. And so the Aisha's Care, the pulse rifle, which is a heavy burst. I think it's one of a kind ones with a heavy burst, because I've just had a quick look through my Destiny Item Manager, and
It's
it doesn't
the only
look
strand, yeah.
Yeah, it's the only heavy burst one, and it's strand. So yeah, it's worth
It's the only
going
heavy
and
burst.
getting.
We have lots of heavy bursts, but it's the only strand heavy burst.
What other heavy bursts have we got?
Well, you have the solar one from the raid, right? Which is a solar heavy burst.
That's why I haven't got it in my Destiny Item Manager.
That doesn't exist. Yeah,
that's why it's not in my dim.
Yeah,
but yeah,
there's more than just that one, brother.
But they give us a little bit of a little nugget of hope that they're actually cottoning on to telling us way ahead of time of things. I mean, I'm not going to blow it all out of proportion, because we know in a couple of weeks that's not going to be the case. It's going to be, this thing's happening yesterday. We forgot to tell you, but they do tell us.
Prepare for the Sundered dungeon. Oh, it's over now.
Yeah, next Friday, March 7th, will be a fun Trials weekend. I don't know what they mean by fun, but apparently it's going to be fun. And it will be the first time that we can get hold of the new solar sniper rifle, Keen Thistle, in its adept form.
Who cares?
And you lost me.
Sniper. Yeah, exactly.
You had me at fun. You lost me at sniper rifle.
Well, it's an aggressive frame, so it's high damage and high recoil. It has snapshot sights, lone wolf, incandescent, triple tap, slick draw, under pressure, envious arsenal, opening shot, moving target, closing time, vorpal weapon, discord, bait and switch, and 4th time's a charm. So 4th time's a charm and triple tap is not a good DPS meta for PvE?
Yeah, if snipers ever come back to the DPS, then yes. You know,
I think some people have said in the Discord chat that snipers are still around and they're doing really well. So
the only reason that would be good is if somebody's rocking the new Darcy, right? Because the Darcy buffs legendary snipers, right? Remember that?
Right.
So if somebody's rocking a Darcy and then they max out the Darcy, then that could potentially be a sniper meta, right? A sniper DPS meta. But I'd have to see the numbers on that. And until I see the numbers on that, I'm still very meh. Also, a lot of these bosses, even if it is a DPS meta, right? A lot of these bosses have small heads and like to move around a lot, which is not great for snipers. And this past week, they just, I mean, technically, I guess it was only for the fusion rifles, but they did nerf the Divinity. Because the Divinity was stacking with these linear fusion rifles, and they didn't like that because Bungie's evil. And if these sniper rifles become a thing, then they'll probably nerf Divinity for these sniper rifles too. And at that point, why even have Divinity doing what it does? Sorry, a little butthurt about that, if you didn't notice.
I did notice.
But yeah, so, I mean, is it possible? Yeah.
But anyway, they've told us it's happening next week, and it's going to be fun Trials with something happening. With I I don't know. We've discussed this. I don't know.
You're supposed to know these things, man.
It's
Bungie,
fun,
I look to you
Trials.
for answers, man.
Bungie doesn't
fun.
know. If
No,
Bungie doesn't know, how are we meant to know?
It's true.
And then we get the exciting news that Crimson Doubles is back.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
It is. But they've now called it. Clear the floor for a second. I just need you to get this out there. They've called it 2v2 Clash.
You
Yep.
can still grab a friend, dress up, look the same, and play keep away. It's
You
possible.
can. It's going to be in the quick play small team rotator, and there's going to be unique modifiers. So get this: extra flinch resistance when you are near your ally, but you gain increased speed when you're separated. See, it's a twist on the old Crimson days. You know, there's not health and kind of overpoweredness. It's, you know, sprint speed or flinch resist. So there you go.
Okay. Do we like this? Is this?
I don't know. I mean, I'll give it a go. Give it a whirl.
Of course you will.
It's something different.
Yeah.
And it's Clash, so people will actually do it, and you don't have to rely on people to play the objective, because the objective is just murder.
Clash
That
is just-
was
yeah, I
the
was gonna
fun
say,
thing
That's
about-
just killing each other, right? Clash?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
That was the fun part
objective is
about it.
shoot.
Is
Yeah.
that the Crimson Days thing where you are kind of working as a pair, but then you are kind of then also dicing with death if somebody kind of hits you with like something that explodes you and then your partner that's quite close to you. So I do like it. It was really good fun when we had the Crimson Day version. But you know, I'll take this every time it comes up and give it a whirl. So yeah, that's coming up next week. So they did tell us about things that are coming next week ahead of time. Thank you,
like
Bungie.
that.
I do like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I mean, might I dress up as a Samurai Titan with an Actium War Rig and a Sweet Business with a friend looking exactly the same like we did last time Crimson Doubles was around? Maybe. But probably not, because I won't be able to drag him into
Regardless.
PvP again. But it was great fun running around with stupid meme builds, dressing the same for Crimson Doubles. That was just good times. It's a game mode that's silly, so play it silly.
And next, we have the Sundered Doctrine Showmatch schedule. I am not going to read every single person out like I did last week. So if you want to hear me butcher your name or butcher people that you actually like to watch play Destiny, that was last week. This week, I will just tell you that Germany is going to be on February 27th. So we've missed that. Sorry. 9 a.m. PT. Brazil, you were also then. So you were, yeah.
You were called out last week. You were taken care of last week.
Okay. So UK. Oh, that's today at 6 a.m. in the morning.
So you missed that
6
too.
a.m.
Huh?
No. Maybe that's still going on. Yep. March 1st, 8 p.m. PT is Poland. And then it was Australia and New Zealand, March 2nd. So you're going to miss that by the time you actually do listen to this podcast. So I do, again, apologize. Nordics and Latin America also on March 2nd. So again, we've missed that. Potentially we've missed all of these. So I do apologize. We talked about it last week. So
Yeah, we talked
if
about
you
it
listen
last
to
week.
show,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
There you go. There's an emblem if you did stuff.
If you didn't do stuff, there's not an emblem. So yeah, that's what you or what you don't get. Oh, and we have some fashion favorites, but it's not new looks. It's just a bunch of links of people presumably wearing those fashions, and that's not really as fun.
No, I want to see the pictures in the TWAB.
Yeah,
What?
what happened to embedding things in the TWAB, guys? This is 2025. Why are we not embedding things? Did we break our embed? Do we break our embed feature? Do we not do that anymore?
That guy was fired.
I don't want to click through all these links. I just want to go and see the pretty pictures. I mean, yes, I know I can click the infamous duel or the dungeon boss and friends, but but it's not here. I want to hear. But what is here
Ooh,
is our player support report.
I love these.
Because
This is my favourite part. I don't do
this-
any talking
Yeah, this is where
unless I'm interrupting you all the time.
Gets to kick back and just sip his tea and say, excellent. Well, we had an update 8.202, which we'll get to in a minute, where they fixed some things in Trials, Sundered, Doctrine, several abilities and weapons. There's a whole patch note for that, so we'll get to that in just a moment. But we also have some broken things. So there's a known issues list, some just a few known issues, which it just says don't run dungeons. Don't bother with dungeons. Skip the dungeons. The quests are all broken. Just don't do it. It'll be fine. No, it doesn't say that. It does say, though, when speaking to a vendor, you can hear their ambient dialogue. So I guess that's just like, the random voice lines you get like when you stand near the vendor without actually speaking to them. So you can hear those both at the same time, or hear none of them if you play with your sound muted. Sometimes the Ionic Sentry doesn't chain lightning to enemies. So that's the Warlock's new ball Tesla coil buddy.
Yeah,
sometimes it doesn't chain lightning enemies. Sometimes it does though. Yeah. Steps both 6 and 9 of the Drowning Labyrinth quest are not able to be completed by some players. So due to this quest being a fix between a character scoped and an account scoped, if you have an alternate character and make progress on the quest, you need to play that character to get back to the correct research paper level for your main character. So basically what they're saying is if you're doing the Drowning Labyrinth quest and you have not started a second character, don't. Play it through on one character. Don't try it on other characters because they're basically saying you need to get to the same level on every character for 6 and 9 or maybe broken. So if you don't want to do that, just play the one character and then go back and do it with the rest of them once you finish that quest or later when they fix it, if they fix it. Your extra charges from the Radiant Dance Machines do not persist when transitioning to a new area. Use them while you got them. A Triumphant Guardian Rank 10 does not unlock when completing a Grandmaster Nightfall. So if you've been Grandmastering this week going, I'll get this Triumph. No, you won't. The Iron Banner Weekly Challenge still references Stasis, but it still should say Strand. And Iron Banner is not up, so this is less urgent than it was last week. Sometimes in the Derealize exotic mission, the Taken Relic can drop below the surface during the risk encounter? VHRIISK? Yeah, sometimes the relic can drop below the floor and then you're just sad. When damaging Shrieker bosses in the Sundered Doctrine dungeon, players sometimes receive critical feedback damage, but the damage is actually your regular base damage. When tracking Ikora's Dungeon Labyrinth quest, completion of certain steps may stop progress on the next steps. Now, Bungie, is this different from 6 and 9 being broken with the different characters? Or is this a different bug with the same quest line about certain steps maybe stopping progress?
Which one makes you feel better?
None of them, because I haven't touched any part of that quest. But sometimes the Tomb of Wands...
you haven't done the dungeon?
Correct.
Bruh, why?
Wait, which dungeon is that one for? Is that one for the new dungeon or the old dungeon? I thought
you said Sundered Doctrine, right? That's a new one.
Oh, I haven't even set foot in Sundered Doctrine or looked at Sundered Doctrine. I am living in a blissful ignorance of too busy to deal with dungeon nonsense.
It's not, okay. You're reading the support report, so it looks like nonsense to you, but you
can sell it to me.
Weapons parity.
I really don't.
Dude.
I really don't.
These are exotic level weapons as legendaries. I'm telling you, bro.
I have a vault full of weapons I also don't use.
Okay, I understand what you're saying. But listen,
I don't think you do.
These weapons are not like the same as the other ones. Like, for example, the hand cannon I have right now, right?
They're not like the other girls. They're the cool weapons.
Red bars explode when you shoot them, right? Strong targets become exhausted when you shoot them. We're not talking kills. We're just talking shooting them, right?
So you just explained Firefly and kinetic tremors to me, which I have on the same gun. Continue.
But this doesn't take up perk slots. This is inherent on these weapons.
Correct.
So you get this
the two things I just listed.
And then you get no, because Firefly is a perk. It takes up a perk slot. Subjugation is a trait. It's an origin trait.
Okay.
Yes. So that comes inherent on all of these weapons by default. And then you can get stuff on top of that. That's what I'm saying.
So I can kill things slightly better than I can now?
Killing things more efficiently is always better, Perry.
Yeah, which I already do.
Son of a mother.
I'm not saying it won't be better. But is it enough better than what I'm doing now? Probably
Yes, actually, they're really good.
not. No. Well, here. Well, now that you started telling me, so which weapon type? If I were to get one weapon from the dungeon, which I will get one from the dungeon, and then a bunch of armor I'm going to delete, which one would it be? What's the best one or
To
two
me,
rolls out of
it's
this
a tie
dungeon?
between the scout rifle and the trace rifle, right?
Ew.
Scout rifle because you can get Firefly, right, on an arc weapon, so you get the solar explosions on an arc weapon in one column, and then in the other column you can get bolt shot, so you can have an arc and a lightning explosion on the same scout rifle because they're in two different columns. So that's really good. And then you have the subjugation perk on top of that, which when you shoot an enemy, they detonate if it's a red bar. If you shoot a stronger enemy, it's weakened, so it does significantly less damage to you, which is also good, right? So it's incredibly good. And then the linear fusion, not the linear, the trace rifle, it's got a bunch of good rolls. It's
Is
like
it trace rifle?
yes, but it's a trace rifle that has AoE explosion. It's a what is it? I think it's Strand. Yeah, it's a Strand version of the one that's an Iron Banner right now. And I'm trying to remember the name of it so I can look up the damn gun. To tell you exactly what perks to look for on there because I don't have mine on me to tell you. Unsworn. That's what it is. Unsworn. So the Unsworn. There it is. All right. So if you get the trace rifle, what you want is you definitely want detonator beam in the last column, right? It does come with elemental honing if you're one of those people. It gets bait and switch. It gets target lock. It gets killing tally. That's all in the same column, by the way. And it gets hatchling. Look, these are all damage perks in one column, dude, except for hatchling. You know? And then in the other column, you can get subsistence, which is okay, but you get rewind. So you can pair rewind with killing tally, with bait and switch, with target lock, with freaking elemental honing, with detonator beam. I mean, it is a monster of a trace rifle. And then because it's got the subjugator perk on it, when you shoot red bars, they explode. So you get AoE damage on a trace rifle, and also detonator beam. As you deal sustained damage, it also creates an explosion on the target, and that's any target, right? So it's a lot of AoE damage on a trace rifle that you can also get to roll with rewind rounds, dude. It is a monster. So either the scout or the trace rifle, and you're good to go, man. They're just really good. And a lot of people, myself included, I am not a hand cannon user. But you see I'm using the hand cannon right now just because subjugation perk is so good. And it's a heavy burst. So like what we were talking about with the pulse rifle earlier, it's a heavy burst hand cannon. And the one that I have right now has elemental honing. So I hit something with lightning, I shoot something with this, it's now got 2 stacks of elemental honing just like that. So I got a damage buff on a hand cannon just that quick that blows up red bars and weakens stronger enemies. It's just these weapons. That subjugator perk is so strong, Peroty. I can't emphasize that enough.
Why do I get left out? Why is it emphasizing to Peroty and not to both of us?
Because you know.
Because you're not poking the bear going, yeah, they're weapons that'll be slightly better, and then I'll have them, and then I'll forget they exist because something new will come out, and then they'll go right back into the vault, just like the Adept Warden's Law that's also a heavy burst. And I'm going, yeah, you're a thing that exists, but no one cares about you.
Yeah, but it doesn't have the subjugator perk. I'm telling you, the subjugator perk is what makes these things really, really strong. And then, of course, having 2 elements on the scout rifle makes that really, really strong, in addition to its subjugator perk. I personally think that scout rifle is the strongest weapon in the game for a primary currently, in my opinion. Right?
Only they brought it out while I needed a scout rifle for champions or anything, but they didn't.
It jolts.
dilly-dallied.
Jolting stuns champions, dude.
Well, then what do I need that for? I got plenty of things that'll do that. My entire build is built around jolting things. That's not new.
I hate you. Move on. Just there's no helping him sometimes.
You picked this knife fight. You picked up this knife and you walked over and you said,
I wanted to spread joy, Peroty, but you're joyless, man. You're joyless. For
I'm
the
just
first time in a
apathetic.
long time, I actually found a reason to enjoy something in this game, and it's this perk. It's so strong, and I want you to experience the same joy. But you won't even go in the dungeon. And honestly, the dungeon is kind of fun, except for the 4 freaking eyeballs. They're butt heads, but everything else is kind of fun.
The eyeballs are wonderful, and they added those to Discord this week, and I'm very pleased about it. I would like one of those eyeballs, please, and thank you, Bungie. That's the thing I would like to buy from you as well. I just want an eyeball that'll just sort of look around at me randomly while I am not completing any of my Dungeon Labyrinth quests because a bunch of the quest steps are broken. We're not sure which ones, but definitely 6 and 9 on different characters. So sometimes, yeah. So I don't remember if we said sometimes the Tomb of Want, a primer quest, does not progress after meeting step 3 and step 4, but that one's also broken. So if you're on step 3 or 4, you're stuck there too. Memento shaders can be previewed on armor in the armor management screen. This is not intended. Mementos are not being considered for use on armor.
Right.
So if you got excited and saw this, don't, because it's not a thing.
So I was going through the shaders trying to find a nice dark shader for the Titan and the Warlock, and I wasn't paying attention to the names, and I just right clicked on Twilight Keepsake. I was like, oh my god, that's beautiful. What is that? And then I tried to apply it, and it says cannot, and it wasn't applying. And I was like, wait a minute, Keepsake, isn't that a Memento shader? And I looked it up, and it was. I was like, damn it! I fell for it.
Gotcha.
Got me.
Yeah. So those are the things that are broken, as well as my enjoyment of the game and of life itself, apparently. But we fixed things too. Did we fix my enjoyment of the game? I don't know. Maybe. So we're gonna see what we fixed though, because we fixed things that Respawn's excited to hear about, because he loves when things get fixed. So yeah, we had a patch 8.202 this week that dropped. They fixed an issue where the sigil stones could drop from defeated combatants much faster than intended. So if you're picking up all your sigil stones, no, you're not. Trials of Osiris. They reduced how much going flawless affects weekly performance-based matchmaking for solo players. The Lighthouse passage can no longer be reset from the director if a loss has not been recorded on the passage. Fixed an issue where these seasonal and lifetime flawless passage trackers were incorrect. Mine will still say 0, that is not a bug. Fix an issue where wins were not correctly granting progress toward ghosts dropping. In competitive, your rank point gains and losses have been adjusted. They've increased the effectiveness of the quitter compensation aspect of the contribution scaler and reduced the number of points that the skill modifier can add or remove. So hopefully that means things are better, and you'll lose less for losing and gain more for winning. I don't know. They put these big words in here like they make sense to us reading them, and we can figure out what that means in life.
Mm.
But don't worry, your Dungeons and Raids, the Sundered Doctrine, your mission complete could now fire shortly after deleting Karev and receive loot unless the players are actively trying to open the vault door. In which case, presumably one or more of those things won't happen. They fixed an issue where the drop rate for Finality's Augur was not properly scaling with the boost from Triumphs. In addition, all players who complete the Sundered Doctrine will receive an additional boost to its initial drop rate. What are they? We're not going to tell you. They fixed an issue where opening one of the hidden chests could lock that character out of acquiring focused gear for that week. So choose wisely. Fixed an issue where the hidden chest could despawn shortly after being opened. And an issue where the pyramid switches could be activated by AoE damage sources. So the guy who's always running the AoE damage, your switches shouldn't be flipped then, and maybe you'll be more successful. In 0 hour, you can play it again. They fixed an issue preventing players from completing the activity, which also affected reward and pursuit progress. 0 hour has been re-enabled. For your Hunter exotics, the Blight Ranger, canceling Arc Staff with Blight Ranger now triggers Bolt Charge. For the Titans, the Arbor Warden, your Baronade, and now picks up the benefit from the Storm's Keep, which they just forgot to add before. For the Warlock, your speaker sight, fix an issue where the speaker sight healing turret was healing more than intended in the Nether. Your Solipsism, Spirit of Filaments, fix an issue that caused the Spirit of Filaments not to reward class ability energy properly. And your Spirit of the Necrotic, fix an issue where Spirit of Necrotic was granting Devour. So I guess that's not supposed to. So if you're feeling a little weaker with your exotic class items as a Warlock, that's why. Let's see, weapons. They fixed an issue where the Redrix's S-Stock could not roll with random stocks. It had but the single S-Stock. That's all you got. Fixed an issue after unlocking a pattern from Vault of Glass. The Deep Sight mod, Locket would still appear visible. So, you can just put more Deep Sight mods into it and waste them all. For your exotic weapons, the Lodestar reduced the damage fall-off range when hip firing, and fix an unintended aim assist disparity between mouse and keyboard and controller when using Lodestar's hip fire. So for one of you, it's going to get better, and for one of you, it's going to feel worse. Which is which? You'll have to find out. Your Finality's Augur. They fix an issue where the turret could linger after swapping to another heavy weapon. And the Barrow-Dyad fix an issue causing the particles not to render correctly when impacting Phalanx shields. So now they should render right. For your Warlock abilities, the Ionic Sentry turret damage and kills were not counting as ability damage and kills. And you're fixing an issue causing Bolt Charge to discharge when healing an ally with a Rift.
Oh, don't fix that.
Well, for the Hunters, they fixed an issue causing roaming supers to end early when using Ascension.
That's actually
So now you can ascend properly. For your artifacts, they updated the flashover to no longer provide increased bolt charge lightning bolt damage versus players in PvP. Fix an issue where the boost from Volatile Marksman was providing class ability energy on an instance of splash damage instead of just the Volt detonations. To compensate for that reduction, they've increased the class ability energy on volatile detonations up from 7 to 9% and reduced the cooldown to 0.1 seconds from 0.35 seconds. So faster and quicker. Fix an issue where the particle reconstruction was stacking with other debuffs. And an issue where the particle reconstruction couldn't be applied by certain fusion rifles. Also, Facet of Hope works again. They fixed an issue with that was contributing players receiving bird errors. So if you took the Facet of Hope out of your loadout, you can put it back in, and presumably you will see fewer birds. So they fixed an issue causing the Eris vendor on the moon to T-pose.
Okay. Is that like a teapot? I'm a little
no,
teapot.
it's like they stand with their arms posing out to each side, like the cross, like Jesus on the cross kind of thing.
I'm assuming it's basically like I know Kung Fu. Like I am. Was she standing with 1 foot raised and the crane pose?
No,
just a regular T pose. Yeah.
Yep.
So her arms were wide open, and now presumably they're not. Who knew? But yeah, that's the thing they fixed. And they fixed an issue with the shield regen audio continuously looping in the Nether. And the Wish Ending bundle and the Racking bundle could appear owned even if they were never purchased. And finally, fix an issue with some labeling affecting some weapon ornament bundles. So Bungie, does that mean like the ones for the Pyrogale gauntlets actually say what they're for now? And you know what you're buying ahead of time? Is that what that means? Maybe, hopefully.
I think you might be a little too hopeful there, bud.
I mean that's what that reads like to me, but is it? We'll see. And then we have Eris getting dunked on over here. You don't often see Destiny in sports, but it kind of works. Eris getting dunked on and Rat King dancing. And yeah, that's it. They'll leave you with some Aztec-inspired fashion to brighten your week. And yeah, that's all they have for the 12th this week. Oh, which I should also mention, speaking of the Aztec fashion, Brey.Tech, everyone's favorite Destiny website, Brey.Tech, Bray.Tech, they've added Drestiny to it. So you can go to Brey.Tech/Drestiny. You can go and contribute your sweet look to the game and upload your look, upload your things, and it'll put a nice, basically you take build it in the game, take a screenshot, upload it to the site, and then everyone can see your beautiful look. with credit for you, which pieces you have on, and more importantly, what all the shaders are, how you built that look. It shows what each of your armor pieces are and each of the shaders are. So if you're saying, I'd really just like to look like a refrigerator, you too can be a Titan refrigerator. If you said, I just want to be, yet another space cowboy as a warlock or a Titan or an ice dragon, maybe you want to be an ice dragon.
Yes.
Like Rendagast. You could be that. So yeah, Brey.Tech/Drestiny. Basically, if you've gone to Brey.Tech, everything you need is there. It's beautiful. But yeah, he added Drestiny this week. So you can filter by popular, you can put likes on things, you can save fits, so you can go back to and find them. There's lots of fun things there to play with. So if you want to look pretty, or just say, hey, look at my amazing looks, that's a place to put it, and you can share them, and then everyone knows you made it. So when Respawn says, hey, I came up with this look, you can go say, no, he stole from there. Because he did.
I mean, I don't really steal looks because I just try to look at like a dragon as much as I can.
All black dragon. Always.
All black dragon. Pretty simplistic like that.
Yep. Hunter Seething, Hunter Get Loot, Hunter look like dragon. Done. Dusted.
Well, this hunter anyway.
Yeah. Does this hunter have a Respawn to report roundup?
I think I did see one in there.
I think I saw one as well.
Right now, since it got myrtleized.
He does.
So
there are a couple of things.
Oh.
There are some tingies. All right, cool. All right, we're planning week. Do re mi fa sol la ti do. Okay, got it.
Knew that was coming.
All right, we are currently planning a fix for players who did not receive the Redrix's Estoic competitive pulse rifle after completing their placement series. I don't know why that was so hard, but for me, that was nearly impossible to say. We understand this
I'm not sure how it became stoic from stock either, but here we are.
Right. We understand that this weapon shipped a little hot in the Crucible, so the following changes are also being planned for Act 2, which I do believe we are already in, so these should...
We are not.
We're not in Act 2?
Because there's a developer live stream that's going to tell us about Act 2, which starts soon.
Okay. In that case, we are tuning sword logic damage against players in PvP. We'll be adding this perk to more weapons in the future and need it to be in line with our other damage perk options in PvP sandbox. This will not affect PvP efficiency. They're also reducing the handling stat on the Redrix's Stoic. They're walking back some of the buffs that lightweight pulse rifles received in the Destiny 2 update 8.153. Note, these will still perform better than the pre-buff, just reducing the damage buff slightly to lower some of the forgiveness. We will have more details in the future TWID. Okay, fair enough. TWAB. It's a TWAB. I don't know why I said TWID. I read it. The one time I read things correctly. Damn me! That being the case, we're moving on. In addition to fixes for the placement series Oh, my son of a biscuit. Redrix's Estoc, not Estoic, Estoc reward. We will also be fixing an issue where players cannot focus previous competitive Crucible rewards from Shaxx after playing 3 competitive playlist matches each week. We're investigating an issue where Vesper's host is not listed as a featured dungeon this week. I think you brought that up earlier.
They are aware.
Yep. They are aware. They said, Demon, I got you, bro. That's straight from Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Or not Destiny, straight from Bungie. My bad.
Same thing.
Yep. We've identified an issue where the increased Crucible loot modifier is leading to double the intended bonus rewards post-game. Trials adept weapon drops earned from weekly win streaks of 4 or higher. While we're letting this ride for the weekend, that's what everybody's doing. All right, cool. While we're letting it ride for the weekend, we're planning to fix this for future weekends. Best of luck out there, Guardians. We're thinking of a great Aisha's Care adept role is in your immediate future. Yeah, but I looked at all the roles. Even if it's adept, it's still not anything super impressive about it, but okay, whatever.
Bungie told me I should have one though.
I mean, yeah, they did. Bungie wants you to go play Trials, so they're going to tell you whatever you want to hear.
Mhm.
We never thought there would be a day where players said that they were getting too much loot, but here we are, right? Here we go.
Bungie, you're forgetting the second very important part of that.
What's that?
Where do I put it?
Ha! Yes. That is a real great point to that.
We don't want lots of loot. We want good loot and a place to keep it.
Damn, that hit me hard. So turn on the monolithic memento grants at turn on the monolithic memento grants at roll at turn on the
Raoul.
monolithic memento grants at Raoul after pretty please. What?
They're saying, hey, can Rahul give us the mementos for the raid that you still can't get because they're still bugged?
Oh, okay.
Which, yeah, this was clearly like Bungie level writing going, I understood the words because I understood the context, but not the words and how they were written.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the person was basically saying, hey, can you turn these on from Rahul because you still can't get the memento from the raid still, however many months later it's been.
All right, so Bungie says, soon, many apologies on the long delay here. Long and short of it, there's one extra little thing we needed to make sure the appropriate players got their goodies. We'll be following up first thing Monday to get a firm date. Cool. All right.
So maybe one day soon.
Maybe Monday soon. Monday. God, y'all ate up a lot of revives, man. Vault of Glass featured in raid rotations this week. Corrective measure might be on the menu for some of you thanks to recent redirection perk tuning. Fun breakdown from Fallout link below. The Fallout video is the incredibly strong buff you may not have heard about. Oh yeah, the redirection. Yeah, it can give up to 100% extra damage, and it only takes away 2 per shot instead of 5 like it used to. So now you can get to 30 stacks instead of 20. And it uses 2 stacks instead of 5. So we used to only have 4 shots with extra damage. Now we have 15 shots with extra damage. So it is a significant buff. There you go. Very
there
cool.
You go. Thank you, Fallout.
Yep.
And, we'll put
And it's particularly good on the sword. Because the sword, as you know, the sword from the activity, the Nether, can come with redirect on there. So you pop a couple of miners and then you go to attack the boss. Pop, 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 pop. That's a double damage sword for what, 15 hits? That's some nutty damage, as long as you don't get murked while you're hitting the boss. Night Demon, infinite sword build link, please win.
What? No.
Was in the show last week. If you're saying what is Demon's Infinite Sword build link, it was in the show notes of last week's show.
There you go.
Episode.
Yeah, but it's not mine. It's not mine. I didn't create it. Right. That's it.
No, yeah. The build the Demon uses.
Yeah. Well, we don't know where he got it from, so post what you got, or post where you got it from.
We know exactly where he got it from. It's in the show notes of episode 317 of this fine podcast.
Shh. You know. I don't know. Hey, where you going? Don, over here.
Yeah, so we did post it last week. We posted it, a million years ago when Demon first talked about it, but periodically people go, what's that build? Where'd it come from?
Right.
And Demon was like, it's this one. So then we stuck out the show notes of episode 317. So you too can stand there with your favorite sword and just scream, come at me, bro. 1v1 me, bro. And they will. And then you'll just laugh and laugh and laugh like Demon does while he sips his tea. Tea is optional.
That's it for the player support. That's not player support. That is the respawn roundup. Whoops. But that's it for that. So there we go. Unless there's anything else, I don't know what else we got.
Demon, have you watched any videos this week?
I have. Of course I have.
Can we call this the Noble official YouTube video spotlight or something along those lines? Because we know how much he loves YouTube.
Possibly. So this week, Fallout Plays has put out a video going over redirection and how it is insanely powerful now because it has been changed. It has been stealth buffed by Bungie, and Bungie haven't really talked about it. And then they've gone, oh yeah, we should tell people about it. And then Fallout's made a lovely video over it, showing you the damage before, now the damage after, what it does, what it did do. So it's worth kind of having a look at. Cheese Forever has got the game-breaking insta-kill dungeon final boss Karavik glitch. I've no idea if they've worked on patching that or not, but
Well, we tried it. I don't know if this is a patch, but when we tried it, the boss, every time you get him close to the door, even when you're invisible, he jumps away.
make sure he doesn't jump.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, you can't do anything to stop him. He's
Well-
invincible. You can't sword him to knock him further. You can't stun him. You can't do anything to him. You can only push him. And when you push him, when he gets close to the door, he's like, "Ah, I know what you're trying," and he jumps away.
Okay, well, don't try too hard then.
Yeah.
Or try harder, depending.
Yeah, of course. And to help you, not you, but help Warlocks and Titans,
Wow.
Sneaky Beaver has got 2 anyone can do this solo flawless Sundered Doctrine guides. One for Titan, one for Warlock. Hunter, I presume, is coming. I mean, I know it's coming, but yes, yeah, when it comes, when it's here, I will make sure it's in the show notes as well.
Sneaky Beaver, we've been over this. No, I cannot. You can
well,
put all the guides you want. No, I cannot.
he does preference you have
Mhm.
got to have done the dungeon first. This isn't like you could follow this guide blindly and do solo flawless. But as long as you know the mechanics, know what you're doing, know where you're going, you can then watch this video if you're a Titan or a Warlock, or these 2 separate videos, and then go and do solo flawless. So I'm putting it in the show notes for myself for about 2 years' time when I get round to doing the Sundered Doctrine solo flawless.
Perfect.
That's a great jump parody. I just want to say that's phenomenal, brother.
Warlocks.
Oh my god. That was good. Sorry. It was beautiful. Whew. Anyway, so yeah, that's I don't know what else is left. Hey Demon, what's left? Tell me, brother.
Peroty says thank you to the patrons, and then we
Nice.
say goodbye.
We say that our very favorite people have gone to patreon.com/TTH and said, we can't threaten you with a good time, like Renard Calant. You know, I try to threaten that man day and night. He cannot be threatened. Ooh, excellent. He cannot be threatened. Our Otter Dance Troupe of the Scarlet Cam and Dedicated Wham 64 can't threaten them. They just dance. They dance through it all. They dance through the good, the bad, the grenades, through my Golden God 1562, Fire Squad 1688 in Noble, and our Day 1 raid team of Gravy Jeff. They dance, they throw, they cannot be threatened. They're lovely people. They're our lovely patrons, and we thank each and every one of them. And we thank you, dear listener, for coming here and going, what are these nutheads going to talk about this week? We don't really know. But we're here, and we've done it. So thank you for joining us. Your Warlocks are Respawn, Peroty, your Titan is Night Demon. We're on YouTube. Find the show wherever you get your podcasts. Email the show to titansandhunter@hotmail.com. Find this show on YouTube, every new episode, every weekly update, every guess at what Bungie's going to do, and tell us about. If you're looking for Demon's Infinite Sword build that he's been using, to titansandhunter.com, episode 317 in the show notes. If you're looking for all the things you've heard in this show, which, you know, you've already heard them now, to titansandhunter.com, all the show notes are there by episode. We have all the links we talk about. You know, if you want to look at Drestiny, you want to look at the builds, if I'll tell you all about redirection, it's all there. If you're looking for a casual encounter, you know, since there is no t.com, you have to go to coffee.com/2titansandhunter and twitch.tv/no one responds in real life. And you can watch the show live. Watch certain warlocks floof their way right into a hole because they are expert jumpers. And yeah, until next week, we'll be back watching the live stream. Maybe Demon will have a frame by frame breakdown of what he saw. I know somebody will. Everyone's going to, let's be honest. They're going to tell us what we're going to see, and yeah, we'll be back to tell you about what we saw, what we didn't see, and what we hope to see. And until next week, say goodbye, gents.
Goodbye,
Bye,
gents.
gents.
Two Titans and a Hunter, a Destiny 2 podcast.
Damn it. Deuces. La Vedere.
No, you can't have that
Hasta la
afterwards.
vista, baby.
You can't have any of that. It's all been deleted now.
What?
You've been edited out. That's it.
No.
And I need to apologize to Don for floofing directly into that hole because I Warlock just so good.